Hello, hello. I think we are live. Let me just hop on over and check. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yay, we're there. We're live. So, as with the first try on anything, there's, something that comes up, but I'm so excited to be here with you, Danielle. We have connected over the last couple years, and it's just been amazing to see you grow, us grow, and like our kids grow, and really connect in amazing ways. So I wanted to have you on today. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is the first of a series called What's Her Story? And we want to highlight amazing women's stories of how they became entrepreneurs. So if you don't know me yet, I'm Erica Kingway. I am a mom of two. I'm a former teacher and the co-founder of the Becoming Brand You Academy. And our mission and passion is to empower women to tap into the power of their story and move from purpose to paycheck. Hence this series. We're like, we know so many amazing women, women going through the academy like Danielle that have just grown so much that we want to highlight their stories, their business. And so that every Wednesday we will be going live. The time may change because we cater to the mom's lives, the mompreneur life. But every Wednesday there will be an interview going forward. And so I'm really excited about this. Thank you so much, Danielle, for joining me. So I just want to start with, we want to know what's your story. How did you come to be a mompreneur?
Well, it all started back when I was living in Maine. I had started up a little side business with pet sitting. And I think that gave me like an entrepreneurial spirit where I was able to have that business of my own. I also had other jobs as well, but I quite frankly loved working for myself. I loved making my own money, setting my own rates, having my own schedule. And after I had children, that kind of, just the fact of not being able to have a job, with a young child at that time, I wanted to make sure that I could offer people the things that I love the most. And Beauty Counter had fallen into my lap because of you, actually. So I'm so grateful for that. But as a mompreneur, I mean, anyone can start really about, whether your children are young or older, I'm just trying to find something that speaks to your heart and then share that. And I feel like that's what I do as a mompreneur. Like you say, I'm just sharing and living my passion out of teaching people how to live healthier lifestyles and be honest and truthful and stuff. So, so yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I think seeing you really develop your brand and your story, particularly the last 6 months, it's really, all of the pieces have been fitting together. And working with you, in our business accelerator with strategy calls and then the academy, and just saying, what is your brand? Like, you have all of these amazing pieces, how do we fit this together so you can really lead the most authentic self? This isn't going away. This is totally you. So if you were to describe your brand right now in 5 words or 5 categories, how would you describe your brand?
So I sat down and I was able to, just really brainstorm about what my brand is. And first and foremost, it's about transparency. So like I said, I am really good. I love being honest. I'm a horrible liar. So I what I want to put forth is transparency, honesty, someone that, just people can depend on, but also bringing in beauty um, and I feel when we were like brainstorming together and you came up with the concept of beautiful truth, that's my brand. Like, that's exactly who I am. I'm all about things that are beautiful, and it doesn't have to be, cosmetics or stuff like that. It's really about being you, authentically you. So beautiful truth kind of fell into that place, and that's what my brand is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sums you up perfectly. I love that. And I love that you get so like you're not afraid to get your hands dirty or your CrossFit. You have a very edgy side as far as gardening. Like, it's not that you're all like prim and proper. It's just that like you go full in whatever you're doing. So yeah, love that. So being a mompreneur is not easy by any means. It's very rewarding, but not.
Yes.
So what is your founding why of why you do this?
I think it just stems from, wanting to live a healthier lifestyle in general, but I think you go through something when you are pregnant, right? And you have children that you have to care for. And I know that many moms can relate with me and you, I'm sure, just regarding wanting to live a healthier lifestyle for their kids. So they start reading ingredients, so they start implementing safer regimens into their everyday lives, whether that be, it can be cleaning products, it can be, fitness, it can be teaching them how to garden, it can be knowing where, teaching them like where their food comes from and little things like that, and eventually teach them like bigger things in life too, like how to organize their finances or what saving for college looks like, or just little things like that I feel are really important. So
yeah, educating our children is a really great way of looking at how to educate other people, because a lot of times it's intimidating saying, well, I'm not an expert at this or that. But if you can teach a child, or someone 2 steps behind you, that is really all the message that you need to start. And you are so knowledgeable. I love that you are a researcher and you're not going to tell something, as a fact when you haven't dove into it 120%. And I feel exactly coming to you with questions, because I'm like, well, I know if she has the answer, it's like a solid answer. So I love that part of relationship with you, and I know that a lot of people trust you because of that. So it's wonderful.
That makes me so happy to hear that, because I've put so much time and energy into researching specific things, and God is a huge part of that for me. He provides me with different resources, and whether that be books or people and their own experiences, and seeing hand in hand, what certain things can do that are unhealthy and what things that are healthy look like, and the way that people's lives are affected by that. And I'm really big on solutions. So I'm really big on, I love empathy, and I love like being able to say, oh, I'm so sorry this has happened, but I'm very quick to suggest a solution, because I feel like my brain is just full of all these alternative, ways that you can reach a certain goal or reach, feeling better and not being sick, or whatever the case may be. It's just my brain is constantly full of these solutions, and I'm really big about sharing those things, and that's just who I am.
Yes. And how wonderful, to be able to build your business around what you are already passionate about.
Yeah.
And really, as like our goal is to see women. When you can connect those two, it's so much more rewarding, because I think, you and I and so many in our, like-minded group, they don't want just success, but they want significance. And, living in purpose brings that significance, and living out your calling, and like you said, using the resources that you have, and like what God places in front of you is really what makes it also become profitable, because it just, lines up together. So I love that you mentioned resources, because one of my questions I love to know is, who have you looked to for advice along the way? Say in the last couple of years, because I know we have a lot of like business or mompreneur advice.
So to be honest, my husband, Alex, and I don't mean to be like cliche, or I don't even know if that is cliche, but he is the most hard-driven person that I've ever witnessed in my life. He's very type A personality, extremely organized. He's very thought out, and I am not a very thought out person. And so he's helped me to kind of dial in on what that looks like, and how to run a business, and how to talk to people and communicate with people. So, then again, like, I've been able to help him with relationship-wise, and, how to relate with people and show empathy in a business atmosphere too. We kind of bounce off each other, but I've never met someone that works as hard as he does, and he inspires me to push even further and challenge myself even more. And he, even when I was giving birth to my boys, he was like, someone that I admired. This man was helping me and encouraging me and loving me throughout one of the hardest things that I've ever done. And so overall, it's just been just day in and day out, I'm in awe of who he is, and how he's been recognized for his hard work. And I want to get recognized for my hard work too. So yeah, it's really cool to have a wonderful husband like that.
Yeah, you guys are a power couple. It's true, like, for him to work from home as well, and in sales, and like excel and really you guys both live a life of excellence. The main partnership to have, for sure, that not everyone has. And so, you're always very admiring and grateful to him. And I love that in a wife as well. So it's wonderful. So let's kind of wrap it up. What's your number one tip for other mompreneurs who are trying to balance family and life? We've talked a lot about our biggest tip for them.
So my biggest tip, as far as like being a mompreneur, is really about finding balance. And one of the best things that you can do is start your day off right. I know it sounds really simple, but giving your child and your children that extra cuddle, that extra hug in the morning, will literally set your day off to an amazing day. And yes, there will be, it depends on their age, but there will be tantrums and talking back and stuff. But I have noticed that if I start my day off very, just loving and choosing joy, choosing grace over them, choosing mercy over them, then my day, whether that be being a mom or being a businesswoman, it just sort of balances out altogether. So I guess that would just be my number one tip is loving where you're at, and loving who you're with, and appreciating where you are at. So I know it just sounds really simple, but that's my number one, and it just changes my life when I choose joy, and I choose grace and mercy too. So
absolutely, that's a great. Always going through different seasons, and sometimes it's easy to look at someone else's season and want that, but
Yeah.
you know, choosing joy in the moment in whatever stage our kids are in is what's going to make, everything feel a little bit smoother despite
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the last thing you want is, you're trying to do all these things for work. You're trying to do your schedule and, book socials or whatever, or, trying to find more people and then bite at your kids when they're bothering you in a way. But if you, in that moment, like choose that joy and choose that grace and remember, what that feels like every time, then there will just be, much better feeling about yourself and a much better feeling about your work and your job and being a mompreneur. Because it's a huge task. It's a huge task.
It is. And when, you can't take it lightly. It's definitely. So last question, and it's something that, everyone has a different perspective on, and so I would love to hear, like, what does the word brand mean for you?
So brand is, to me, that's your God-given purpose. It's your identity. It's what drives you, what causes you to never stop wanting to challenge yourself. I mean, that's your brand, and then you can add in, just things that you love and things that you admire, too, in that as well. Because overall, that's who you are and who you're created to be.
I love that, your God-given calling. Love that. Thank you so much, Danielle. I want to put up how people can find you. So, like, your social handle or your, like, where will people find you the best?
So I'm on Instagram, and let me find my Instagram name. But I'm also on Facebook, so I have a business page on Facebook. Okay. And I can post. I'm not sure if there'll be a comment section, but I can post those links.
Yes, because I think that's your Instagram. So if you look up Danielle Vachon, there's only one other person that comes up with your name, and she doesn't look like you. So we'll recommend. Okay. But we'll add your links in the comments so people can find you, and your free community of, like, unbelievable value. You really pour into your women in the beautiful truth. Yes. It's a private group. I love that. Like, it's really comfortable to ask questions, and you are, like, full of knowledge and helpful tips. So they would be, we could put the link as well so that you could join you and be part of the community as well. Great. So thank you so much, Jennifer. So helpful. It was so fun. Thank you for all of you who are watching the replay. If this resonated with you, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, say hello, make sure to connect. And if you know someone who this would benefit as well, share this video with them. And we will see you again next Wednesday with another amazing mompreneur. And to hear all these stories every Wednesday, I'm excited to start highlighting the amazing women that come in and out of our lives and inspire and make the world a better place for real. So I hope you have a good day, and I will see you later. Bye. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay,